Welcome back.
Got all kinds of stuff going on today.
Yeah. Your face just tells me of stories to tell.
I got stuff.
Have your gears been grounded?
Welcome to the Buckhorn Podcast. I am Martelle, and with me always is Randy. What up, Randy?
The temperature.
Yeah, it is a little.
It's hot.
You know what?
And I'm wearing denim jeans.
You are. That's your own damn fault.
I came straight. I was already late. I wanted to go home and change into gym shorts.
You should have.
Well, I messaged Beth, and she goes, "They're in the wash. Do you have time for me to dry them?" I'm like, "No." I would have had to wait a half hour, however long it takes to dry shorts. Yeah. I was like, I'm already later than I wanted to be to Martelle's. I'm just going to go. So,
it's fine. I'm not. It's no rush, no hurry.
As I drove past my house, the guys to clean the gutters and power wash pulled up. So I pulled in my little drive. I know the guy that owns the company.
Yeah.
So I said, hey, it's Tommy's Power Washing. The guy does phenomenal work. I said, hey, Tommy, you need anything from me? He goes, nope, we're good. I said, that's good because I couldn't help you anyway. He said, just talk to Beth. She said the same thing, and I said, could have told you that. Saved you the time.
Yep.
And I left.
Nice.
So, yeah, they're there right now at my house doing the gutters, doing the siding. They did Chris and GW's house.
Okay.
Phenomenal work.
Nice.
And we've known them for years. So
I have a power washer.
Yeah, so does my dad.
Okay.
But part of the agreement with where we live now, we know the guy that owns the house we rent from. We have such a stupid low rent that I told him, because we're paying less per month than, like, if you were to ask what he could get, that me paying Tommy to do this one time is less than it would cost me if I was paying full rent for 1 month, like the difference. Well. So I was just like, you know what? Tommy's a professional. Plus, it's an older house with some older siding. Yeah. If I screw it up, it could cost me more.
Yeah.
Tommy's insured.
If he screws it up?
He's insured. He can handle it, fix it, or insurance will cover any damages, So I'm not liable this way.
Right.
So I said, screw it. I'm going to pay. Once he gave me a quote and it was lower than I expected, like way lower, I went, done.
Cool.
So, yeah, they're there now, thankfully. And plus, again, it's hot out.
It is
I don't have to do it.
But you're spraying water everywhere.
That's true.
You're going to get misty.
True. I definitely
you're going to get a little moist.
Ooh.
You can do
I get moist standing in this heat with nothing spraying.
Just wear a white T-shirt.
Shake with it tied up around my belly.
Yeah, take out the ponytail, shake the head,
out.
And the beard. Yeah. So,
but yeah, that's that and work, man. Work has just been.
I'm literally just copy and pasting shit right now.
Yeah, we had a guy send out an email to my boss and then our boss, like his boss, and then the guy that's over this, a bunch of the bigwigs.
Yeah,
and it was a picture of some screws laying by a chiller unit, outside chiller, big commercial chiller. And at first it was nicely piled little screws. And he sent it out to everybody saying, you guys aren't doing their jobs. They left these screws out when they took panels off, blah, 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 blah. The funny thing is, he said in his email to everybody, including all his bigwigs and all of ours, if I wanted a job done half-assed, I'd just do it myself.
Wow.
And
at least he's honest.
Wait a second. Like, does he realize how dumb he is? Which I know this guy and I've seen his work. That's about how he does it. But come to find out, long story short, we didn't do it.
He did it.
So instead of replying right away, and these guys have been trying to get us in trouble, our team. Long story short, we were able to prove we didn't do it. So my boss said, before you accuse my team of doing shitty work, make sure you know it was my team. Here's proof that we didn't do it. And I just kind of chuckled. But yeah, we just dealt. It's drama, man. It's like,
those are the best.
We work with grown men, older than me by a couple decades, that are just teenage girls.
Oh, yeah.
They just moan and complain and try to make others look bad so they look better, which we've talked about before.
We've done
so. Yeah, work was crazy. It kind of ran over today, but I love my job. I love my boss. My boss's boss loves us. The guy over our contract loves us, so we're good. But
good.
Yeah, it was just. It's dumb. Then yesterday I was working in the heat all day. I was on the roof in the morning at Rickenbacker on the base, working on a unit outside in the afternoon. I'm too fat for that.
Well,
about 20 pounds less fat.
That's good.
I'm getting there.
So I completely fucked up with the last show that was supposed to go out last week.
You did. I wasn't going to call you out on.
I'll call myself out on it because it's my fault. I published the show, but I didn't have the podcast attached to the article to publish it. So it just
published words.
It just published a webpage. That was it.
Nice.
I published a webpage. I did for our show what I do every day for work. I published a webpage.
You did it well.
I did it very well.
You did your job.
That's right. So I've redacted that. We're not going to use that show
at all.
No, we will.
Oh, okay.
But I just pulled it back.
Just put it back in the can.
Yeah, just put it back in the can. So
open up your can.
Yeah, missed a week. My bad. I was on vacation.
Not your bad, man. We're all dealing with crap.
I was on vacation, so
we're all slipping up. We're all missing things.
Speaking of, all kinds of shit happened. Okay. All kinds of shit. So, you know what? Before we start, let's. We got a little bottle here.
We got a
very, very pretty bottle with a blue label.
And I'm honestly surprised you're willing to review this, but I also know you're excited to try it.
I'm excited to try it. So yeah, I want to review it. So those who don't know, Ohio does bottle lottos.
Yes.
We do a lottery for bottles for hard to get stuff. In Weller 12, Pappy, Weller Foolproof, CYPP, or PB, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
But I've entered every year for like the past 4 years, and I've never won anything until this year.
This draw, whatever.
This drawing. So you had the option. It was actually for Weller Foolproof, and of course OHLQ took something really easy and made it hard. Super difficult. They added 4 more bottles. Or 3 more bottles to the Weller Foolproof that you had the option to choose from. You had to rank them. You had the option for Weller Foolproof, OHLQ pick, barrel pick, Foolproof allocation, Weller 12, and CYPB. All Weller bottles. So I ranked them in that order. Barrel pick, allocation, 12, and that white label that I don't really care about.
I'm intrigued by the white label, but I would not pay secondary price for it.
No.
Like if I would have won and that was my only option, I'd be okay with it.
Here's
just because I want to try it.
We all know that I have a open bottle policy.
Absolutely.
But if I had won that bottle of CYPB,
you'd have flipped it.
Oh fuck yeah, I would have. Because I don't want it. I don't. So I haven't heard good things about it.
I haven't either. I've heard we've also reviewed a lot we love that other people bash on, and we don't like Blanton's as much as literally everybody else we know.
You're right, but it also would have been out of protest. I signed up for the Weller Foolproof.
Gotcha.
Lotto. I did not sign up.
So screw you.
For the CYPB raffle that they had on in Upper Arlington.
Yeah,
like a year and a half ago. I signed up for this bottle. This is what I wanted. If I'd gotten Weller 12, I wouldn't have complained. But I did not want that other bottle. I wanted this one. So I got this one. So we're going to open it.
I'm excited. I love now the bottle's the same as their Special Reserve.
It is
Antique 107, but it's a blue label. And when it was sitting down there, but you had literally
I have
Antique 107 and Special Reserve sitting right there, and I went, "Why does this one look so? It's just so pretty."
You know what? You're secretly you're a Michigan fan.
You bite your filthy tongue. I've never been really pissed at you.
It's blue and gold,
but I will fight you. They're not blue and gold. They're blue and maize.
Well.
Ann Arbor's a whore. I will fight over that.
So
I will get some Jim Beam 100 proof.
We'll go at it.
We'll go at it.
So I did notice. I did take the foil off.
Yeah.
Weller switched over to screw cap bottles.
They were screw cap. They're not now.
I thought they switched to screw cap from cork.
No, the when it was $25, the antique used to be screw cap.
Okay, never mind.
Because I've got a cork top that I'm keeping closed because people. Secondary market is paying double to triple prices for some Weller.
Yes, I know.
Even Special Reserve.
That's so stupid.
So I'm going, I can get Special Reserve every week. I might start flipping this crap. But here we go. Oh, that was a good one.
That was nice.
That was a good one. I'm so excited. How's it smell? Smell good?
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Your face just, you look so happy right now.
I am so
I like it when you're happy. I also like it when you're really angry. Either way, it's funny.
Either way, it's funny. Cause,
yeah.
Because
I'm having a good time if you're in a good mood. I'm having a good time if you're really angry.
I'm saying shit one way or another.
You are. So, yeah, this is a blue label with gold text and logo and all that. Thank you, sir. Gold foil. It's just a nice looking bottle.
It's a very pretty bottle. Very pretty. And I've got.
Oh, this smells so good.
I got my Kenzie Dram from the Bourbon Hunters.
Yeah, you got a Kenzie Dram. I got a Glencairn here. And it looks great. It looks full-bodied. It doesn't look thin. Kind of like me.
Let's see.
And it smells amazing.
Let me cork this real quick before I fuck something up.
Now, we're doing a neck pour review. It hasn't oxidized.
I don't care.
I'm just saying that because maybe in a week or two we need to revisit it so I can have more. That's all I'm saying. That's
maybe.
It. That's the only reason I said that.
So this is 114 proof.
Yep.
Straight out of the barrel, straight into a bottle.
Yep.
It is very, very dark.
It is. That's what I'm saying. It's very. You can tell it's not. When I say it's not thin, I mean it looks syrupy.
Kind of, yeah. It's got that.
It doesn't move
that
like
color,
syrup, but it's got the when you look through the glass, it's got that dark caramel, kind of like, you know what? It's like I could see the DNA from a dinosaur and a dead mosquito stuck in this stuff. It's that color.
It's that amber.
Right. Looks great. Smells amazing. Got great legs.
Yeah. I mean,
you can make commercials with this stuff.
Yeah. Pantyhose commercials. She's got legs.
I forgot about those.
She knows how to use them.
Blast from the past.
Sheer energy legs.
I want to let you keep going. I'm enjoying this.
I can't.
You're in a great mood.
Can't remember any more of
it. What do you get on the nose here?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. So,
it smells so good.
I'm getting a lot of ethanol burn from it. I mean,
I was going to say you can tell it's a higher proof.
It's a higher proof. It's 57%. So
I mean, when you hold it down a little.
I held it down. I held it up. I stuck my nose in it. I opened my mouth. I closed my mouth. I closed my eyes.
Puckered my butthole.
Yeah. I'm trying to. So I'm getting like a light, almost like a light toffee.
I can see that. When I hold it down around about where my upper lip is.
That one I didn't get anything.
I'm kind of getting a candied caramel kind of butterscotch. Not butterscotch. It's hard.
It's almost like a super sweet toffee.
You know what it reminds me of? Cracker Jacks.
Yeah, I could see that.
It's like that toffee nutty.
Yeah.
Peanut. It's weird. It's not overly sweet smelling, but it's definitely got that hint of. That's why I think of the Cracker Jacks, kind of like caramel coated popcorn and peanuts, and
yeah, it smells fantastic. You know what? Fucking
Yep. Take a drink. You get first drink. We've been talking about this stuff forever.
Oh,
good.
It's heaven in a bottle. It is super heaven.
I'm trying to
It's very.
Lick my teeth off and make sure my palate is clean.
I'm going to use the word pungent because it is. It's very high. Like you can taste the alcohol in it.
Ooh, buddy.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like chest burn, throat burn.
It is hot.
I love it. It is, and it's not like rye spicy. It is
it's
full on out of the barrel spicy.
This is why they proof stuff down typically, because the general public is not going to drink this.
No. But so here's the thing. Think back when we did the Knob Creek 120. That's 120 proof, and that was super smooth.
And we did Old Granddad 1. Did we do the 114 here yet?
No, we didn't do it.
Okay, we'll have to get some of that. I'll have to
but
find some.
This is harsh.
This is not as smooth as the Knob Creek.
It's
this has bite.
It's like Barks root beer. Barks has bite.
We should mix this with Barks.
I don't have any, but I would. That's kind of like mixing Blanton's and Coke.
Oh, that'd make Blanton's taste better. Hey-o. Take that, dude. No, this definitely though. It's got good flavor, but it's hot. I mean, you can tell. This isn't one of those ones that you're drinking on. You know, when people say that could get you in trouble because it tastes so smooth and so good and so easy to drink. This, it just kind of took your breath away.
It did.
It tickles the throat.
Yeah, the teeth. The tongue, the lips, the throat. So on that one,
it tickles my teeth. I started to take a drink, and then I went to say that, and I inhaled, and I got the burn feeling in my chest just from inhaling over it.
It's like when I was laughing and inhaled that over.
Oh yeah,
on the Bourbon Hunters one day. So I got a little candy corn out of that on the second one, it was like candy corn gone.
It's like a sweet, smooth alcohol, but it's got the burn of the higher proof.
And then someone lit your mouth on fire.
Yeah, yeah.
Like legitimately put your mouth on fire.
This tastes. It's hard to explain. You know what? You all should go out and buy a bottle of this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go get some. Pick it up.
Go find
Let us know what you think. So how much did you pay for this?
Because it is the Ohio barrel and not just an allocated barrel, is $49.99.
Not bad.
I think is what
That's
it was.
what you're paying for OWA.
Yeah.
The antique.
Yeah, it wasn't, I mean, it wasn't like, oh my God, it's got to be expensive. It was, but it legitimately, my name is on the box. It's serialized. The box is
they track it all.
Not serialized, barcoded.
Right.
I had to fill out a waiver that basically stated that I wasn't going to sell it and that I was picking it up as proof of purchase. And then I almost got to walk out of the store without paying. She handed me the box and I'm like, all right, great. And she goes, have a good, hold on, you need to pay. And I'm like, I was going to see how far I could get.
You're not getting picked ever again. You just got blacklisted.
I paid.
Well, obviously, because you have it.
Because I have it. But yeah, so I picked this up on on Saturday evening after I got back from vacation. And vacation was something else.
You did a tour de the South picking up bottles. Too.
Pretty much.
So how was vacation?
So vacation was good. So let's.
We should finish our review.
No, we're gonna
come back.
We're gonna sip on it. We're gonna come back.
Add a little water and I'm letting it breathe.
That's what I'm doing. So,
so you went to.
We're gonna tease them. Tease them.
Oh baby, you want to know how we like this bourbon?
Wait,
stick around,
bitches.
It's like one of those old slow jams. It takes 9 minutes to say, I love you, girl.
Yeah.
I want to make you my
baby's mama.
I'm going to impregnate you. Ooh. And I might call you again after that.
Yeah.
We'll see.
They call me deadbeat. Anyway. So, lots of stuff was going on. So, I've been trying to sell the Audi.
Yeah, it's not here. So run me through the whole story.
So I'm going to run you through everything.
I almost asked before, and I thought, nope, I'm sure we're going to talk about it, so I didn't say anything.
All right, so
missing.
Before I left to go to Hilton Head, I had dropped the price to $17,900. So it literally just dropped at $100. I went from $18,000 to $17,900,
right.
And then that was the week before, and then right before, 2 or 3 days before, I dropped it to $17,600.
Okay.
So I dropped it another $300. A guy got a hold of me from the Cincinnati area, and he's like, "Hey, I'll give you $16,500." And I'm like, "No, I have offers for $16,000 and $16,500."
Yeah.
I said, "You're gonna have to come in $17,500." I said, "You're already getting $3,000 off the original price that I had it listed for." I said, "At $17,500." He's like, blah, 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 blah. Whatever, fuck off. Another guy who had offered me $15,000 for it when I had it for $20,000 sent me a message. He's like, I'll give you $16,000 for it. I'm like, how about $17,500? That's a great deal. And I never heard from him again.
Hey, good deal. I'm not going to take it.
Right. So then there's this asshole.
I haven't heard anything. I saw that you had it sold. Tentatively, obviously.
Tentatively. So this guy, a guy wanted me to bring it to Cincinnati, bring it to him. Okay, I'm selling the car, and he wants me to bring it to him.
That's fine.
For
$200
for $17,500.
Yep. Nope. $17,700.
Or no, for $1,700. I said no. I said I will not bring it to you for $1,700 or $17,000. I said $17,500.
For $1,700.
17.
I would have bought it.
Yeah, no shit. I'm sure a lot of people would have
been done.
I said for $17,500. I said I'll meet you halfway. I said, but I can't do it today. I'm leaving for vacation. I'll be gone a week. All right, yeah. I can't make it up to you. So I'll just, when are you getting back? I'm like, I'll be back sometime on Saturday. I don't know when. All right, I'll see you on Saturday. I'm coming to your house. You're not, because I don't know what time you're getting home on Saturday.
Right.
So I said, let's just shoot for Sunday. I said, I'll meet you in Jeffersonville. Cool. All right, great. See you on Sunday. I said, what time? Afternoon. All right, I'm planning on being down there 11 o'clock. Does that sound good? Then I didn't hear anything from you. Then I sent him a message. That was at 4 o'clock Friday. So 4, it was 6:30. I sent him another. I sent him hey, 11 o'clock good with you? 1 o'clock in the morning, he responds, I'm out. I'm not buying it. I'm like, what the fuck? Why are you backing out now at 1 o'clock in the morning, the day on Sunday morning? Like, so didn't hear anything Friday,
because
all Saturday.
Didn't get a loan. That's why.
Right. So I'm like,
I guarantee you, somebody with piss poor credit, no money in the bank, loved your car, thought it was a good deal, and thought I'll be able to get that, but with a 493 credit score,
shit, I'm going more like 102.
Off the charts.
But so he backed out. I had another guy message me while I was down there. He's like, I'll give you $2,000 down. What's my interest rate? I'm like, what am I, a fucking bank?
I would say $2,000 down. Your interest rate is 100%, and you will pick up the car when you pay off the loan.
I thought about that. I thought about charging him like 22.5%, 25%.
All right.
But he couldn't take the car until it was paid off.
Exactly.
So he was like, oh. I'm like, what are you?
Yeah.
What do I look like?
I'm not self-financing,
I'm not a fucking bank, and no, we're not doing this. So anyway, I would have retained, if I had done that, I would have retained the title.
Oh, absolutely.
I would have retained the title. I would have secured it through a bank somehow, like went and talked to the bank, like, hey, this guy wants to buy this car, blah, blah, blah. I need to figure out.
I wouldn't even want to deal with it.
But I'm like, no, I'm not doing this shit. So ultimately, what happened was Germain Toyota reached out to me.
Did they see your ad, I take it?
They saw the ad on cars.com. They reached out and they said, we want to buy your car. Okay. They said, can you bring it up so we can take a look at it? I'll bring it up. Took it up to them. They're like, we'll give you $15 for it. I'm like,
LOL.
I'm like, yeah, that's not going to.
Screw that.
The guy looked at me. I'm like, no. He's like, no. I'm like, so I said, the thing you don't understand, I said, or maybe you don't realize is I don't have to sell the car.
Yeah, you're not desperate.
I said, I would like to sell it. I don't have to. I said, I'm not in a position that I have to sell it. Oh, well, we saw I'm like, I get that. I said, you got to be closer to like 17.
Yeah.
Well, I think the best we're going to be able to do is 16. Okay, I said, I understand how, I worked for a dealership. I understand how all this works.
You do the back and forth.
You do the back and forth. I said, let me think about that 16. I said, I understand you guys need to make a profit off of this car, and you're probably going to turn around and try to sell it between 20 and 22. I said, because that's what I had it up for sale, because that's what private party is. I said, so I get it. I said, plus it had an accident.
Oh, they're going to list it for $24,900.
Oh, it had an accident. Didn't know it had an accident.
You never knew that when you bought it.
Nope.
I never heard that.
I even asked.
Oh.
I'm like, has it been an accident? Oh, I don't think so. No. I'm like, okay.
Wasn't he the original owner of the car?
No, he's the second owner.
Okay, so
I was the third owner.
Have known.
Oh, no, he knew.
Okay.
Because then when I found out it wasn't an accident, I sent him a text. I'm like, hey, was the car in an accident in 2015? I said, where it was disabled? He's like, oh, yeah. Woman hit the fender and popped the tire. So that would make it disabled. So on Carfax, the motherfucker showed up as disabled.
Which people think airbags deployed.
Something major. Yeah, something major.
Which a flat tire does make a car technically not drivable. I mean, you can, but
you could, but
yeah,
he had it towed.
That's where Carfax hurts you more than it helps you.
Yeah, it helps. Carfax isn't for you and I; it's for the dealerships.
Oh, absolutely.
So there was that. So, John Hendrick Honda up in Heath.
I've heard of them.
They reached out as well, but they reached out on.
What is it with all these Honda and Toyota? Like yours is a fancy German car?
No, well,
when they're upscale on their lot?
No, what it is because of all the Corona stuff, there are certain dealerships, they couldn't get to the auctions because the auctions closed for their used car stuff.
Well, I know that for a fact.
So they're trying to fill their inventory with used cars, so they're reaching out to people that are selling their cars to buy their cars.
Right.
And at the same time, they're actually offering a premium. So in a normal setting, the Honda dealership, Germain, they would not have given me $16,000 for that car. They would have offered me $14,000.
Right.
They would have offered me $13,000. They wouldn't have offered me $16,000, $16,500, whatever. So anyway, I sent a text on Sunday. This is a super long ass story. I sent a text on Sunday to John Hendrick, and it said, "Hey, I'm back. I'm sorry I was on vacation. Sorry for the lack of communication. I took a last minute vacation, blah, 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 which that part's a lie. I knew about the vacation months in advance, but they didn't need to know that. I said, if you guys are still interested in the car, I said, I'll bring it up. Someone got back to me yesterday. I followed up with another text on Monday. They got back to me yesterday. They said, hey, can you bring the car? I'm like, yeah, I'll bring it in tomorrow around 11 o'clock. And it got up there. The KBB guy, their buyer, he looked at it. They got the used car manager, buyer, to look at it. He's like, well, with the accident, we think 16 is a fair price. I'm like, if I was going to drive all the way out here for $16,000, I said I would just went to Germain Toyota. I said, that's literally 20 minutes away. I said, why would I drive an hour all the way out here? I said, you guys got to make it worth my while. I said, I came all the way out here. I said, you get me closer to like 17,750, 17,250, then we can talk. I said, I'll give you the title that's in my pocket right now. And he's like, you have the title? Yeah. Because you said you had a loan. I'm like, I have a loan and the title. I said, things can happen. So they finally came back at 16.5. I told Liz that if a dealership gave me 16.5, I would accept that. They gave me 16.5, cleaned all the shit out, walked out the door with a check.
If you sign that over to me, I know I can handle it for you.
No, we won't be doing that. I won't be writing cash on the back of it either.
That's probably smart.
Yeah,
But I'll give you $100 bill right now.
Really?
No, because I don't have it.
For a piece of paper?
I just paid you with the 100 I had brought with me. So no, I won't.
So anyway, the car's gone. I'm happy. That just means that I'm down to one car payment now. We can focus on
Liz's, right?
Which is Liz's car. We can focus on getting that paid down because we did put a down payment on a pool for next year.
Nice. Yes. You have been busy.
Yes.
In the week you were gone, you've done a lot.
Well, that was like the week before the week we left.
Well, it was after I'd last talked to you.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know that.
I put a down payment.
Of course, you tell me everything you do.
Right. So
next year you'll have a pool.
Next year we'll have a pool.
Next year I can start coming over without pants or a shirt on.
Yeah.
Okay. Speedos only.
You don't even have to wear that.
Hey now.
So, I mean.
Wait, are your girls going to be here? Because that gets
probably.
a little creepy.
It will be creepy, but
no, I'm going to cover.
I mean.
Fig leaf.
Moo-moo.
Just a whole giant moo-moo, and I jump in, the moo-moo floats on the surface.
That's right, it looks like a jellyfish.
Just don't go underneath the water surface with goggles on, girls.
You'll be fine.
Everybody out of the pool.
Yeah, so then
taking a bath.
We leave. We go on vacation.
You already have a pond. You don't need a pool.
That pond's getting filled in.
Just hillbilly jump in it.
There's no water in it.
There's not a pond.
I walked out.
Did you really?
I walked out.
It's been dry lately.
It's dry. It's completely.
Yeah, you basically have a little swamp there. You could have an alligator.
I could. So up the road, they're building a house, and I'm gonna whenever they decide they're going to start actually digging, if they're putting a basement in, I'm going to offer to let them put dirt in the pond.
Yeah,
I'm going to let them put dirt in my pond.
Hey, no.
For free. I'm not going to charge them for it, and I'm not going to pay them for it. So I'll offer to put that in the pond. But also, when we have the pool done, if I don't have enough dirt by that point, I'll put all the dirt from the pool in the pond as well, and then rent a dozer.
So you're doing in ground.
Yes, nice. I will not own an above ground pool
because it's trashy.
It is very trashy.
And you're classy. I'm poor white trash. You're poor white class. I've discovered who we are.
Oh, there we go.
Poor white class. That's where you fit.
I'm fine with that. So you've seen videos of pools, like above ground pools collapsing and all the water.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking like
but
the
I see
inflatable
videos of
things.
lightning strike people too. That doesn't mean it happens all the time.
No, I know. But I'm not talking about the inflatable pools, like the big I'm talking about like full size steel fiberglass walled above ground pools.
Yeah.
In high school.
Happens.
Yeah, in middle school, high school, buddy of mine, who lived across the alley from my grandmother that I've known, since I was 2 or 3 years old. His aunt lived across the street from him, and she had an above ground pool. Well, him and I were getting in the pool. He got in the pool, like jumped in, and he was a big boy. I mean, he was not quite your big boy. A little bit smaller than you.
Makes me feel great about the 20 pounds I've lost.
He was a big boy for middle school. I mean, 230 middle school.
Oh yeah, I remember 5th grade.
Yeah. So see, and he jumped in, and the one wall split, and all of that water went
shooting out.
I mean, He comes shooting out, rode down the little hill that.
See, that's just fun though.
And then all the water went right down the road. It was like someone could surf that shit.
That's funny.
But I'm just like,
but my grandpa had an in-ground pool that was there for like 20 or 30 years and it was fine.
Yeah, well, in-grounds are fine.
You can have, above ground. I mean,
yeah, no, and that's what I'm saying. Like
10 foot deep in. I think I love that pool because most pools, especially above ground, you don't get a deep in.
No,
most people do the round ones that are 4.5 feet deep, which is fine.
All the way around. They're just for leisurely, relaxing.
You can get in and hit a beach ball round and play with the kids. But I like a deep end. I want to jump in, dive in.
Well, so we're not getting a deep end. The deepest we'll have is 5'6".
That's deep enough. I can dive in 3 foot of water.
I can dive in probably. I can
probably dive in less.
I can name that dive in 2 feet of water.
Well, you try it and let me know how it goes.
But
you'll trade your truck in for a hover round when you can't walk anymore.
Sweet.
And the thing with diving is you have to learn to dive out.
You dive out. You shallow dive. Yeah, you shallow dive. It's not so
we're belly flop.
So the pool we're getting it's 14 by 35. It's a fiberglass pool.
Good size pool.
It's a good size pool. Yeah. It's a 5'6" or 5'8" deep. I don't remember the deepest. It has what's called a tanning ledge. It's 1.5 feet deep. Part of the pool. Yeah. That you just kind of sit on and relax and chill.
That's nice though.
And that's
so is it like a walkout gradual?
It does not do the beach entry. I wanted the beach entry and Liz didn't want the beach entry.
She didn't. So it's like a step down to 1.5 foot.
You step down into.
That's not bad.
It's got steps. Right. It's got one step and then you step down and you're in it.
Yeah, shallow
ankle deep water. So it's fiberglass, which is what I want because I've owned vinyl lined pools. They're not bad, but they are more costly over the long run.
I know nothing about the
price.
Like
a fiberglass pool is more expensive up front, but over the long run they're cheaper.
Gotcha.
A vinyl pool is cheaper up front, but more costly over the long end because if you get a tear, you have to patch
drain it, patch it. Yeah.
If you get a big tear, you got to drain it and
replace
it, and pool liners aren't cheap.
Yeah, Grandpa's was vinyl, but again, I don't recall. Now he moved out of that house when I was. Man, I'm going to say 12 to 15-ish. I don't recall, but I remember every summer. And for 2 weeks when Mom and Dad put their house on the market and we went to move to Circleville, they put the house on the market and it sold like within 3 days, which back at that time was unheard of. This was mid-90s. The market was not like it is today where things are just popping off left and right.
Right. I wish someone would. I wish a realtor would come up to my front door and just be like, we want to give you $500,000 for your house. I'd be like, out. I'm out. Done.
Peace.
I'm not painting shit. I'm packing my stuff up and I'm out.
Getting out of there. Throw another $100,000. I'll leave everything here. You can have it all.
I'll take just the personal items and leave everything.
But
including my business stuff.
His pool though, man. We used to when we lived there for 2 weeks. My cousin Jay, who I've talked about, I have many stories now. Back then, we didn't know how dumb we were going to get as adults. But they lived across the street, and his younger brother Kane is the same basic age as my younger brother Kevin.
Yeah.
So them two would come over, and every day from like time we got up till the time we were ready to go to bed, we were in the pool. We'd get out to eat a sandwich at noon or something. But yeah, that pool, I have so many memories. I'm sure if I went and looked at it today, providing it hasn't been maintained, it's probably a crap heap if it's even still there.
Maybe.
But man, there's so many good memories around that pool.
And see, that's what I have growing up. I mean, I had my grandparents had a pool, then we moved into that house, and then I had a pool after my grandparents moved to Texas or California, and then I had a pool, and then we moved from Liverpool to Toronto. Didn't have a pool for a little while. Then my mom was like,
"We're getting a pool.
We're getting a pool. We're getting a house with a pool." So they put their house up for sale, and we bought another house that had a pool.
I will say this: I would be way more inclined to hang out with you outside if I was in water. Because this temp right now, we're at like boob sweat hot.
Yeah.
I get musty under the moobs.
Yeah.
If I'm in a pool, that doesn't happen.
Well, I mean, we'll
disgusting. Nobody wants to see me, but I'm happy.
We'll just have to figure out how we can sit in the lounge chairs that are on the tanning deck. And we got boom mic stands. So
electrocuted. That would be so bad.
We'll just see what happens.
It's fine.
It'll be fine. It'll be okay.
Now, my brother and my dad own wireless mics.
Let's see.
We can do a wireless mic setup, put everything on the deck.
I'll buy a wireless mic.
Just stick the mic in the pool, and if it drops in, it's just a couple batteries.
Yeah, I mean, I'll buy a wireless mic setup.
We can just have booms in the pool with wireless mics.
Yeah, there's no big deal. But
sun's out, moob's out.
So, moving on. So we're going to pool. We left for vacation.
we started this whole conversation on vacation. And so far, we've sold the car.
Right.
Got a pool. What's next?
So
what else do you have?
So
it's been a long week.
It's been one hell. Well, so and that's all leading up to the week. So we leave. We do our ritual. We have a ritual that we do before we go on vacation.
This Weller's so good. I'm almost out.
That's fine.
I'm slow sipping it.
Well, I brought up another bottle of something else just in case.
Ooh.
So I end up driving most of the way to Hilton Head. Usually Liz and I swap off driving. I end up driving most of the way. She wasn't feeling good. She had a headache. So she drove like maybe 2 hours out of all the time, which is, I was just pumped to go.
You were just ready.
I was ready.
Well, and you've been working from home, so you were ready to get out. I was basically
ready to get out of this fucking state. So we get down there. We do, we get to our condo. We're doing whatever. So while we're down there, we went alligating.
We done went alligating.
We went looking for alligators. Found a couple. One almost attacked a guy. He was fishing.
Nice.
And he caught a bass, a smallmouth bass. Well, the alligator saw that.
And wanted the bass.
Or
him.
Either one.
Which, yeah. The alligator just wanted food.
I've got video of the alligator coming across the pond, and I've got video of the alligator attacking the guy's fishing line, the alligator never got the fish, and he never got the guy.
Yeah, disappointing.
It was a little disappointing.
Yeah.
I thanked him for his entertainment, and then we moved on. I got stung not once, not twice, but 5 times by jellyfish.
Jeez, I saw where you and the girls all got stung, like the first day.
Stung.
And again, you're welcome, because I did not make a comment, mainly because it involved your girls. But I saw other people did. And I was not about to, I wasn't going to be the guy that suggested peeing on something that involved 2 little girls, because I'm not R. Kelly.
Someone else did, though.
But they did. Many people did. I was thinking it. But I wasn't putting it out there.
So I
literally or figuratively, I was not putting it out there.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So Lexi got stung,
right
on the back side of her calf and the underside side of her thigh, like right at the knee. Oh, that was one. That was one.
That's what I'm saying. Like at one time.
At one time, Harley got stung across her shoulder, so across her left shoulder. Starting at the front of her clavicle, over her shoulder, the back. Not in the water. She was sitting at the shoreline playing in the sand, and she grabbed a handful of sand and threw it up on her shoulder.
And she had a jellyfish. Like she grabbed a jellyfish.
Not a jellyfish, the tentacle.
Just a tentacle?
The tentacle can sting you.
Even if it's not attached. I didn't know that.
Yes. So that's what's happening out there. People aren't getting stung by full-on jellyfish. They're getting stung by tentacle debris.
That wash up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I got stung in the ankle, on the right shin, on the left shin, on my forearm, and I think on the small of my back. The left calf hurt the worst.
I was going to say, how do you stop?
The worst.
What's the term of what's the definition of insanity?
Well, it wasn't like
doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. Quit going in the ocean.
No,
that's God's way of saying this ain't for you.
No, so
stay in Ohio where you belong, Martelle.
Fuck Ohio. No, I'm actually now contemplating getting jellyfish tattoo everywhere I got stung.
I would love.
Liz is not a fan.
Can we record while it happens?
Well,
while you're getting a tattoo.
If I do it, it'll be on my shin, on my left shin, and I'll just have like a kind of an underwater jellyfish theme. Like partial awesome. Sleeve, like from ankle to knee.
Are they called sleeves?
Yeah.
Like, am I wearing leg sleeves? Are these the sleeves of my jeans?
It's a pant leg.
Get a pant leg. Somebody has sleeves, you're like, yeah, I got a pant leg.
I got a pant leg. So, and then we did whatever. There's a place down in Hilton Head called the Frosty Frog. Holy shit. They serve alcoholic slushies.
Yeah, we got those at Habaneros.
190 proof.
Whoa. Whoa. It can't be 190 proof if it's in a slushie. What goes into it could be 190 proof.
What goes into it can be 190
Everclear?
Proof. Oh, yeah.
It's got to be Everclear.
They have one.
It dilutes when it gets mixed with all the ice and flavoring. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's still probably pretty high.
It'll say the name of what it is, and if they mix multiple slushies together, and then it just gives the proof beside it.
Wow.
Yeah, they got one. It's like $180, $190. And I'm like, go ahead and give me the swamp water.
That's crazy.
My father-in-law, they went with us, my mother-in-law and father-in-law. He got one, it was like 80 proof, and he was off his fucking rocker. My mother-in-law had to drive home back to the condo, which is just a 5-minute drive, because he was just kind of loopy. He had half of one, and then drank a full of another, because he didn't like the half of the one he had. He really was about halfway through. He's like, I don't like this. So I ended up getting a couple different ones, and God damn it, I need a slushie machine.
That's a great idea. If you want to donate to the show for us to get a slushie machine and make our own drinks, which we will gladly share recipes with you, Venmo us at Brandon-Martell. Everything that comes to us goes right into the show. This slushie machine would be solely used for the show, except for when we're not recording.
Right.
But,
so
just like the Manhattan recipe you shared with the world.
I did.
We would do this for you. Help us to help you.
Help us help you. Yeah. So, and then went to I know this is really fucking boring. Went to a restaurant called Skull Creek.
I kind of forgot we're recording. I've just been talking to my buddy through a mic.
I know.
It's like we're hanging out. I'm catching up with your vacation.
What's going on?
Except not by the pool. We're just talking about a pool in the ocean.
Yeah. So, went to a place called Skull Creek. Got some oysters. Love oysters.
Dude, that video you slurping down oysters.
Which one? The first one or the second one?
All of them. It was so funny and disgusting at the same time because I don't care for oysters. They don't bother me. They don't like gross me out, even though it's basically snotty slime texture.
Yeah.
It's just not something I enjoy as much. Like my brother-in-law and my father-in-law, we go to when he was on Lejeune, they'd go to this place down right on the, literally on the ocean. Fresh oysters. They'd sit at the bar where when we'd all get a table in the like bar area in the middle of the day. So like nobody's in there. And there's this one little joint, I can't remember the name of it, but they'd sit down at the bar and say, bring out a peck of oysters. And before you knew it, that was gone. They'd be like, another peck. And they would just sit there and eat five.
They are cheap.
Slam them. They didn't care. That was like their one thing they did.
It was,
and they would just slam them all day.
It was $24 for the dozen oysters I ordered. So
that's not cheap. That's $2 an oyster.
That's $2 an oyster. Well, if you want to order them individually, though, it's $3 an oyster.
Okay, it gets ridiculous because I was going to say street tacos cost $2 at habaneros, but you're only ordering 3 or 4 of those total.
Right.
You're not ordering by the dozen.
You're not ordering by the dozen. So, and that's not why I didn't bring up Skull Creek because of the oysters. I brought it up because they have a drink called Bourbon Punch.
I'm intrigued.
I was too, because I'd had it last time I was down there 4 years ago and I couldn't remember what was in it. Hey, so what's in that Bourbon Punch? Well, it's orange juice, pineapple juice. You see where I'm at right now?
I do. It sounds familiar.
Doesn't it? Grenadine, lemon, and Evan Williams. When the guy made it for me, he made it, when I ordered it from the bar, he made it with Maker's cask proof, I think. Is that one of the square bottles?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. He made it with Maker's cask proof, pineapple juice, orange juice, grenadine, and some lemon juice. And it's called Bourbon Punch. I'm like, son of a bitch. I thought I came up with something.
But I did.
I called it a tropical sour or whatever it was, a buckhorn
sour or something like that.
Yeah, and I was like, shit. So, and then anyway, we got back on Saturday late evening. I didn't want to be here, but Diesel was excited to see us. And fuck.
That's so, what'd you think of... You talking about the buckhorn sour whatever just reminded me. GW was down in Florida a week. It was last week last week was his first week back home. He found me one of those bottles of buckhorn whatever whiskey.
Oh yeah, I forgot to look for that shit.
He sent me a picture and I said, "Get it." And then I went, "Okay, hold on. How much is it? Cuz I don't want to pay $100 if it's absolutely terrible."
I think they're cheap.
The one bottle was like $17, the bigger bottle was like 30 or 40. And I said, just give me the small one because if I hate it, I don't want it just to sit. You know, there's no point in me buying it just because of the name.
Right.
And I just texted him. That's why I got on my phone just now and went, hey, you've been back over a week. Where's my bottle that I paid you? Because I cashed out like then. I sent it immediately. Because I sent like $20 to cover the tax and everything.
And probably he responded with, I didn't buy it.
He hasn't yet. Oh, no. He's not, as much as him and I go at each other, he's not that kind of guy. He's not just going to steal from me. He's one of my best friends. And he also knows I'll burn his truck down.
All right, hold on. So I just happened to glance at my phone because the notification came up. Florida Man Official is now following us on Instagram.
Shut up.
I swear to God.
We are infamous or famous or whatever we are.
Florida Man Official is following Buckhorn Podcast on Instagram.
Let's go. For those of you that you know what? Since we're reviewing this, I'm going to post this to the Central Ohio Bourbon page when we host it.
That is
And so if you're just now joining
great.
because we're reviewing this Weller, you'll quickly realize our show's about whatever the hell we want to talk about.
right. That's
We
now
don't
that we're
care
40,
about you
40
or your feelings.
45 minutes into this show.
Yeah, sometimes it'll literally be this that is us talking about our trips, or it'll be us reading
Florida Man
articles that are hilarious, or it'll be us doing the Urban Dictionary game where Martelle picks a disgusting definition, and I have to guess what it is just based off the name or our guess. And sometimes we have guests on here and have very deep, serious conversations, like we have with DJ, with Jason, and Mo. So, yeah, if you're just joining us, this is a big deal for us.
This is huge.
How many followers do they have?
17,000.
That's way more than we have.
Way more than we have. So I'm going to get back to this foolproof. I'm done with vacation talk and all this other shit. So I just poured you some more.
You did. So I'd been sipping on it with water.
So what'd you think of it with the water?
I thought it toned it down a little, but not much. It didn't seem to open it up for me as much as water does other bourbons or whiskeys.
Okay, so I got the complete opposite. It did open it up for me.
Really?
It did.
I didn't notice that big of a change.
I may have put more water in than you did.
Well, yeah, we didn't measure crap.
So
I was using a straw to siphon some over.
Well, that's yeah. So go ahead and try it now. Like I just went back to
just neat,
just straight,
which is about where I'm at because I only had a droplet left in my.
I mean, so you're back at straight. So go ahead and then. Do you get the difference on it now?
It tastes thicker and fuller now.
Yes.
It tastes much. It doesn't have the bite isn't as harsh.
No.
I like it better now than I did.
Okay. So I think I still like it with the water cut in a little bit. It is still.
Oh, I liked it better with water. It just didn't open up as much as I expected it to.
Oh, see, I thought it opened.
Because there's other ones we've had where I've dropped in literally 2 drops of water, and it's completely changed the complexity. This one, maybe it's because it's a barrel proof, and we haven't done a ton of barrel proofs.
No.
Maybe that's why it didn't change as much as I'm used to. I definitely think this tastes better now than the first sample we had, though.
The neck pour?
Yeah, the neck pour that dude hates.
That turkey neck pour?
Because Ray Pincus talks about it or whoever.
Fred Minnick.
Whatever. I don't care. I don't know who Fred Minnick is. I've never met him. I have nothing against him.
I've never met him either.
Don't worship. Dude's got posters of him hanging on a ceiling above his bed.
Oh, shit. This is what he's looking at. Jerking off.
All right, so I just put oh, Fred Minnick. Oh, man. This will be the one show somebody actually listens to is like...
They're like, these guys are assholes.
Oh, man, these guys are jerks.
So...
Which is true.
I put more water. I put a couple more drops of water in because I wanted to get like a neat and then straight into kind of a cut. I like it both ways. I think this would be fantastic on ice.
Now, we've not talked about on the air how much you like it both ways.
No, we haven't. I really like it a lot both ways.
We cannot stress enough.
I can't stress enough how much I like it both ways.
So you can have parties because he likes it both ways. You're all invited. Leave your keys in the bowl on the deck and jump in.
Right, both
Clothing
ways.
optional.
Both ways.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think it's bad either way.
No.
I would not complain, especially at $50. Now, I'm not going to pay the stupid 200 or 300 secondary or whatever people are getting for this. I wouldn't buy it. I'd sell it at that.
So, and let's have a quick conversation about that horse shit. So, a guy and his wife both won the lotto.
Yes.
They both got OHLQ barrel pick bottles.
Right.
He's like, his and her bottles. Yay, yay, yay.
Yeah, the day they got it.
They
posted, and everybody said, hey, congrats, that's really cool, you both won.
5 hours later, for sale...
Both bottles,
$330 for one or $650 for both. My response was basically, "You're a fucking idiot."
Everybody's response
that's bullshit. Why are you doing this? Why even bother signing up? You just took away 2 spots for somebody who would actually enjoy it,
right?
But your response was a little different. Your response was more on the line of, This is America. If he wants to do it, that's what he can do. I get all that.
Yeah. But you like my comment because I also said personally I wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't do that.
But you're right. I'm torn on it because my thing, you know how I hate big government. You know how I believe that if you're not hurting anybody, who cares?
But he was hurting somebody.
No, he wasn't.
No, he is, though.
Because he's not. Here's why. There's no victim. You choose whether you want to pay that or not. So say your car, for example.
That's not why he's hurting somebody.
If he's hurting you because you can't drink it?
No. He's hurting somebody else who could have had the opportunity to win it in the lotto. That
he's not causing them physical harm or damage to their property is what I'm saying.
Well,
there's no victim to what he's doing.
It could be. It could be. Maybe they need alcohol to survive.
No. Then they've got bigger
That's called
problems.
delirious tremens.
Then we're going to get into the healthcare system in our country and the problems with it. But say, for example, you buy your S5 at a good price.
I did.
Somebody walked up, wanted that particular car in that combo because his buddy owned one and wrecked and died Paul Walker style. Let's get really grotesque with it and morbid.
Okay.
But they saw your car and said, I will give you $50,000 for it right now. Would you have turned them down?
For 50?
Yeah.
No.
There's nothing wrong with it. If somebody's willing to pay more than it's
worth.
But
it wasn't a bottle lotto.
It's like, that's where you draw the line.
That's it. That's where
I don't care about burning orphanages.
I don't give a fuck about rape and pillaging that the Vikings did or nuns that are like have superpowers.
Native Americans. I care about Ohio LQ.
For me, what it comes down to is there were something along the lines of 22,000 people that signed up for that lottery.
I was one of them.
Yeah.
But
out of that 22,000,
so them two took two of my spots.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I wasn't upset. I wouldn't have done it myself. I was bummed. But here's the thing. If I want to be free and I want to have my rights, I've got to be willing to let others have their rights and freedoms.
Fuck them.
You can't.
I could.
It's
called rape, but I could.
It's called rape, but I can do it. And there are consequences, which his consequence was banned from the group.
I don't know if he got banned.
No, he did.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah, they literally banned him and then removed the post.
Well, I know they removed everybody. Don't do this. This is stupid.
You can do it elsewhere. This group, we don't stand for it. So,
that's the thing. Why would you go? So then that's part of my issue. Why would you go onto the Central Ohio Bourbon Group,
right? Bourbon
or Columbus Group, or whatever the fuck it is, and then post, "Hey, I got these," and then turn around and go, "And by the way, now they're for sale."
Yeah. So his mistake was he got overly excited for winning, overly excited for getting the 2 bottles he wanted. That he made that first post. He should have never made that first post.
He should have never.
The second post would have looked as bad if we didn't know.
No, but it's still.
If he just had it and we didn't know if he got it in New York or wherever.
Well, no, because they were OHLQ bottles.
Oh, that's true. You're right. You're right on that. It had the sticker. But if I was
stickers matter. They make you faster.
They do. That's 20 horsepower per bottle. That's right. And I don't get. That's the other thing. I see a lot of people on there, and I even asked today because people were talking about the markup on some of these bottles, and I asked a legit question. What's the going secondary for Weller Special Reserve? Because I can get that easily. And I'm thinking I might be able to make a few bucks. And I'm not trying to make $1 million, but I also, just like I helped Jimmy,
right,
Jamuel, a guest of ours in the past from the gym, with getting him 2 bottles at cost. He's a close friend of mine. I'm not going to charge my buddies. I want to charge you. I want to charge dude. I charge Tyler double, but
I charge Tyler triple, but I don't charge anybody for. I don't have a muling fee.
I'm not in it to make money.
And although I also didn't tell you guys everything that was down there in Hilton Head. So
just yesterday, I had 4 bottles I bought last week. Spent $100. Right, it was 98 and some change.
Right.
And I took it and met our buddy. My buddy. I guess I don't know how well your buddy's with him. Richard, old car guy. He's a car guy.
I don't know if I know him or not.
He's on that page. When I posted the 4 I bought, or the 2 I bought for Jimmy or something, he said, "Hey, we can't find that here. Me and some friends like it. Can you get some?" I said, "For you, just let me know." So he messaged me, texted me, whatever, and we started talking. He said, "I'll take 4 bottles if you can get it." I went the next day and got it, and there was still a case and a half left.
Damn.
So I can get the stuff relatively easily.
Right.
And I bought another bottle of OWA because it was the last one there. And I went,
it only makes sense.
Yeah, it's the last one. It's there. But I started realizing people are selling these $22.99 bottles for
$50,
$30, $40, $50.
Well, they sell. So I think they sell closer to like $39.99 and $49.99 everywhere else in the U.S.
Right. And the guys were saying in Central Ohio, you can get about 35 for them. Elsewhere, you can get about 50 for anything that says Weller on it.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there going, well, I don't know these a-holes out of state.
So what you're saying is I should put this foolproof bottle up that we just opened for $330?
See what happens, man.
It's open.
But that's the thing they're saying out of state. The secondary is ridiculous. So I'm sitting here going, I can make some decent money. So for me, while I don't like what that guy did, as a red-blooded American, it's also hard for me not to appreciate not the effort.
No, he didn't put any effort into that.
No, not the effort. That's not the word I'm looking for. The attempt to make some money.
It was an attempt. I mean,
that's why people buy and sell on eBay. That's why we're all doing the same thing. He just happens to do it in a very, very, very niche market with an extremely rare bottle. It's not like he just got Blanton's, which is hard to find, but people are finding it. It's not like he got Weller Antique, for example, which is hard to find, but people are finding it.
Right.
He got one that was a lotto pick, bragged about it, essentially, and then tried to say, hey, suckers, who's going to pay me for it?
Well, it's like the guy who did the Muirfield bottle.
Oh, that was funny. $300?
$300 for a Muirfield? Fuck you.
That was my question today to the guys on this page. I still don't know all the acronyms they use. The single barrel, the buy it now.
SIB is single barrel.
Right.
BIN is buy it now.
As I lurk more than anything on that page because I'm learning.
I do too.
And one guy asked me today, because I kept asking questions, he's like, so are you a cop?
Yes.
It was like a GIF, and I was just like, I posted one of the Super Troopers GIFs or whatever.
Mother of God.
No, it was the one guy, shoot, what's his name? But he's like, ha ha, when he throws the syrup bottle.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just him smiling and pointing. But I was like, I'm not a cop, but I just don't get it. I joined this group because of Quinn, our buddy, and I just don't understand these things. I don't buy to flip. If I buy, it's because somebody like you or Dude or Tyler
or yourself
or myself. Well, but I'm saying for other people, they want it and they can't find it, and I'm in Cincinnati, Cleveland, Toledo, and
Michigan.
Like dudes, like if you see, Michigan, that state up north, Ann Arbor's a whore. But dudes like I like this. I
don't know why you keep calling your Aunt Arbor a whore.
Because she is, by profession. So, but if I'm up by this place in Cleveland, they have this 114, this old Grandad.
The old Grandad 114.
Every time I go, fully stocked. Nobody around there drinks it apparently. So if Dude needs a bottle, I'm going to grab a bottle. What am I going to charge Dude? Whatever I pay.
Whatever you pay for it.
So I'm learning, but I'm also going. Part of me kind of wants to make a few bucks if I can.
Yeah,
who doesn't want more money?
And I'm all for that. I'm all for making the few dollars.
I get the lotto though.
It's the lotto and the price gouging bullshit. Yeah.
Well, if I won one of those, say I paid $50 for that, it'd still be tempting for me not to try and get $100 for it. But I think
you could easily. I mean, if you turned around and said $100, it would have been gone
seconds
before you even had before you hit submit.
But if I can get $300, even if I catch a little flack, it's hard for me not to go. That's pretty good markup.
It is.
As an American, as somebody that wants freedom,
as a Canadian,
as a Canadian / Mexican, I'm somewhere on the border between Canada and Mexico is where I live.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too.
I look at it and go, I kind of appreciate what he's trying to do. He's just an idiot for going out of this way.
I appreciate what he was trying to do
in this
community.
Bottle. I wouldn't have done it in the Boco page.
If he had the non-stickered version, he could have gotten away with it. He could have gotten away with it.
And who knows? We don't know. He got moved, but if somebody else saw that, they may have private messaged him and said, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Because I've seen people pay stupid stuff on there I'd never pay.
I won't pay. I won't pay secondary prices for anything.
Where somebody said, "Hey, I'm in a fantasy league. What bottle can I get between 180 and 200?" You see my response?
So
I was like, 8 Weller Special Reserve, 4 Weller Antique.
He's like, I'm looking for secondary prices, and you're like, it was a joke.
Yeah. Well, that was a different guy that replied, but I'm like, it was a joke. I wasn't being serious.
I didn't look to see who actually posted. I just saw you.
But then again, being the commissioner of a long-running pay fantasy league, if my winning trophy was 8 Weller Special Reserves, I wouldn't be mad.
No.
I don't need a $200 daughter bottle. $200 bottle. Ooh, that sounds very Epstein-ish.
He didn't kill himself.
He didn't. But we've talked about it. Once you get over 100, and I've heard richer people than me say, between 100 and like 500, it's all kind of the same, or 1,000 it's the same. You got to get to a $3,000 bottle. There's a difference. I don't care. If I hit the lottery.
There isn't a $3,000 bottle of liquor out there as far as bourbon whiskey goes.
Yeah.
Like,
there's
not Scotch, but whiskey. There isn't a $3,000 bottle out there that's going to change my mind on how things taste. Now, if I was a Scotch guy, because Scotch goes forever. You can get $20,000 bottles of Scotch.
At all.
I don't get that either, but apparently with however Scotch is done, it's a different thing.
Yeah, I don't get the whole...
But
I agree with you. It was done to do the markup.
All right.
But
good, we agree. All right, cool. You said it.
You're trying to wrap it up. You saw the timestamp. You're like, all right.
Oh, no, I'm not worried about that. I got other shit I want to get onto.
Should we rate this?
That's what I want to get to.
Let's do it.
So, go ahead. Give me, what do you think? So, give me, we already know, we've done it neat. We've done it cut with water, and then we did it neat again. And then we did it cut with water again. So, what are your impressions of this?
I'm impressed, but I'm not overly impressed. This is kind of what I expected.
Yeah.
It's exactly... There's so much hype behind it.
There is.
It's opposite of Bland's. Bland's had such a hype that when I finally got a bottle, I expected to have an orgasm. I didn't.
You didn't.
Now, it wasn't bad. I still like Bland's, but I'm not going to fight over it. I'm not going to wait in line. Last week,
it's
when
not
I went
worth
down
waiting
to
in
my
line
honey
for.
hole, I said, hey, dumb question. Later the day on a shipment day, did you get Bland's? Yep, first 8 customers got them.
All right.
We got 8. First 8 got them.
Which is weird that they would only get 8.
They always get 6 or 8.
I can see 6.
They always get. She said they got 8. So
maybe that's all that fits in a box.
I don't know how they come. I've never seen them in a box.
They come in a bag.
Yeah. Well,
sometimes
horse feed bag. I'd never seen the bag until you posted it, and then dude got one. And anyway, mine had like the netting around it.
Okay. Yeah. Some of them have netting. Some of them if they come in a box, they have a bag.
Okay.
If they don't come in a box, they have the netting.
Okay. Because I've still got my bottle. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. It just sits there. It looks pretty.
Give it to Katie Shank. She'll put a plant in it.
Okay. Yeah, Katie, you can have it. It literally just sits on my little display.
Yeah.
But this Weller Foolproof is very good.
It's fantastic. It's really good.
It's barrel proof, so it's hotter than most people would like.
Right.
Except for people, like if people are bragging they like this, I always feel like it's like having the lifted truck on giant rims and tiny tires that can't even go off-road or would get stuck in mud. It looks flashy.
Chevy S10 with ground effects.
That too. It's like the bro truck though, the lifted diesels with the big stacks and all and they're like in IT or something like it.
Yeah.
They're not farming. Those tires tell me you don't go anywhere off pavement. You go in the grass and call that off-roading. It's just this here.
I went off-roading the other day in the backyard.
There was a lot of hype in this. I think it lived up to it. I'm not disappointed at all. But if we're rating this out of 5 donuts like we do, I'm giving this a 3, and here's why. You're never going to find it.
Right.
Taste-wise, I would have said 3.5. Price-wise, it's 3.5. It's a good, solid buy. If this was on shelves, I'd say go get it. 3.5. And again, if you're new and haven't listened to us, anything above like a 2.5 is a buy it and try it.
Yeah.
We very rarely go at or above 4. So at 3.5, I feel like I'm being fair that it's very much lived up to the hype.
It did.
If this was readily available, I think I'd still be about 3.5, maybe 4. I like it a lot, but this, honestly, I like the Old Weller Antique 107 better than this.
Okay. I'm kind of with you. I'm actually at a 2.5.
Ah, lower than I thought.
Lower, yeah. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's good.
It's not something I'm going to break out all the time.
Nah. I imagine this bottle will sit for a while.
This bottle's going to sit for a little bit. I do owe Jeff a sample, and he's going to give me a sample of something else. The reason I'm giving it a 2.5, one, the price. Now, granted, I only paid $49.99 for it. Right. I double checked. I paid $49.99 for it.
That's the price I was going off of.
But what's the difference? I don't know that I could tell the difference between this barrel pick and the allocated.
Well, I don't know because I haven't had the allocated.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't know that I could tell the difference. If you put them both down in front of me, I don't know that I could tell the difference between the two. So the $10 difference between...
Oh, was the allocated cheaper?
I think so, yes.
Okay.
So I think it was maybe a $10. So the $10 difference kind of factors into that. I'm paying for a sticker. I'm paying $10 more for a sticker.
I don't get that.
And I don't get the sticker thing.
All these people, even flipping, all these other drinks, they're like, I want one with a sticker. I just don't get it.
That's a collector's thing. I don't collect bottles. I throw them. I give them away. I throw them out. I don't collect bottles. It is fantastic. Like, it is above the board fantastic.
Yeah, that's why I give it a 3.5.
But you gave it a 3.
3. Sorry, 3.
But it's not available. Yeah, it is literally not available. You're never going to find it unless you get super lucky in a southern state, not Louisiana.
It's got to be some Kentucky store that.
But it's got to be some store that's off the beaten path.
Everybody drinks Jack or Captain.
Yeah, they don't like anything other than their
right.
well mixers. So, but we'll never get it here in Ohio. Like, it will never be a staple. No. It won't be a monthly shipment. It'll never be on the shelf readily available ever. Why? Because of assholes. So, unfortunately, I'm only giving it a 2.5 because
I don't think you should say unfortunately. I think it's fair. You have good reasons for it.
It's not.
And 2.5 is still a good rating for us.
2.5 is still a great rating for us.
1's our bottom.
Yeah.
Once you get above 2, we're saying it's worth trying.
It's worth trying. If you can try it, get it.
Yeah.
It's just that I'm looking at it and I love it. Like, I absolutely love it. I adore the shit out of it. It looks great with the blue and the gold.
Yeah.
Lettering.
Packaging's great. Label's great.
But
good flavor, good aroma.
It's not really available. I cannot rate it more than 2.5 because of that.
Yeah.
And I want to say it is an unfortunate thing because I think it's fantastic. I want everybody to go out and get a bottle, but you're not going to be able to go out and get a bottle.
Right.
Everything that I bought while I was on vacation is not available in Ohio. I bought 2 bottles of Makers, bottle of Catoctin Creek.
You bought special bottles of Makers.
I bought store pick. Well, I don't want to call them store picks because they're not necessarily store picks.
Right.
But they are South Carolina picks for the stave program for the private selections.
Right.
And I bought a Virginia pick. So for the whole state of Virginia, Makers private selection. I bought a Virgil Cane. Everything I bought is not available in Ohio. Why? Because Ohio, for whatever reason, hates the people that they deal liquor to.
Yeah, it's almost, it's like a control thing. It's like they just don't want us to have certain things. Like, I feel like there's somebody in power that has somebody putting money in their back pocket to say, don't let other people come in here. Don't let the smaller places like Virgil Cane or Two Bitch out of Nevada come in here.
But think about it. So Weller, this bottle was, I don't know if they put the pick date on here or not anymore, or if they ever did. No, they don't. So they don't have a dump date on this. This bottle has probably been sitting in a warehouse for almost 8 months to a year.
Yeah.
The allocated stuff that Ohio has probably been sitting in a warehouse for 8 months to a year. The Weller 12 that they're getting ready to do another lotto on August 3rd has been sitting in a warehouse for upwards to 6 months. It's just been sitting there. Where in other states, even control states, they're available on the shelf on a monthly basis. This will never be available on our shelf without a lotto. The Weller 12 will never be available without a lotto.
It's so dumb.
And that's why I can't give it any higher than 2.5 because you'll never find it. I recommend if you get it, if you find a bottle, fucking buy it. Buy it.
I mean, if I saw this, I would buy it.
But you're never going to find it on a shelf unless it's a serious mistake.
Yeah.
And even then, it happens occasionally. It's been happening a little bit more frequently during the COVID quarantine. There's been some
miscues.
There's been some barrel selects because if you do a barrel select in Ohio, it has to go through a OHLQ approval. Because the bourbon, the Ohio bourbon, whatever, they did a barrel pick. It had to go through OHLQ and be distributed, and then literally it had to be opened. Not literally like pull the cork on it, but the plastic seal had to be broken to prove that it was an open bottle.
Gotcha.
And some other bullshit. Because it's fucking Ohio. Why would things be easy in Ohio? It's just another reason to move from this state. And I'm back on Facebook. Like, I followed everybody. Right. All 400 and some people, including you. I'm following
even
you.
Me?
Even you.
I'm so sorry.
I am too. I have actually unfollowed one person now not because of political shit. I don't unfollow people because of their political opinions on Facebook. I unfollow them because of the dumb shit that they post. And in a 24-hour period, someone had posted some stupid shit, and I have unfollowed them already.
That's funny.
After following 400 and whatever people that I am, in quotes, friends with. A couple other people may end up getting unfollowed for posting.
Wait until I unload all my memes one time and you'll be like, that's too much.
I think I counted 36 between the time of 12 p.m. and 12:20. You dumped like 36.
Last night?
No. This was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I might have.
I'm just like, holy shit. This was in the middle of the day.
I was probably pooping and on Instagram or something and like looking through a meme page and sharing funny ones.
So anyway, and if you can find the Weller Foolproof, get it. Get it. I will wholly endorse you going out and buying it. But Randy gives it a 3. I'm giving it a 2.5. You're never going to find it.
Yep.
At least in Ohio.
But guess what? We have a bottle and you can't have it.
Right. I got a little bit of a bottle.
From Boco and listening, sucks to be you. Thanks for joining us.
Hey. So definitely check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
It's the Google Tweets to Graham.
If you want to support the show, you can shoot us. You can hit us at Venmo at Brandon-Martell or the Cash App.
Yay, you got Cash App.
I've had Cash App. I just give you shit about it.
Did.
I have all the payment services. You can hit us at the Cash App at AKA Martell.
That's it.
That's really it. That's it. All right, fine. I can't think of anything else. I'm done. Sorry about last week. I fucked up. It was my fault. We'll talk to you later.
Peace.
See ya.